Okay, there we go. Stein. Obviously, if you'd like to introduce yourself, name, what you main, etc., etc.
Okay, so my name is Bloodis. I've been playing in Moe Moe Kyuuuun for like 3 times when it has been live. It's like had a rough time. Has like sometimes being folding, sometimes still being reborn. But then again, like mostly I've been playing Scout and Engineer in the team. But currently I'm playing Scout and maining it and leading the whole team as well.
Okay, good. I would say then, obviously, what's your other sort of class you like to play the most? But I guess that would be Engineer. Is there any others besides Engineer that you'd like to play on the side?
Well, I don't really enjoy playing like Engineer that much at the current state. I always wanted to think of myself as Scout main in the end. Since, well, I started playing as Scout and like I still want to play Scout. I don't really want to play Engineer since I started off last like playing for my friend's TF2 team in Highlander about a year ago. But then after that, like I was approached by the other current leader who then just asked me if I could play in this team or if I would want to play in it. But then they didn't have Scout at the time, and I felt like, well, he asked me to play Engineer, so I will just play Engineer and not go for the Scout spot instantly.
So would you say you were pretty good when Engineer when you came into that, or did you have to sort of beat the learning curve and sort of try and work at Engineer for that, or did you just naturally have talent at Engineer?
No, well, it was mostly just like knowing how to play Scout and having the DM like transferred from Scout to Engineer, since it doesn't differ that much.
Any tips for playing Scout, would you say?
Review your own demos and review others' demos, and then like actually watch like how other teams are playing generally, and then don't go for MG, go for DM instead.
Any sort of qualities do you think that are needed in a Scout?
Pretty much just like game sense and DM both. Like you need both, not just one or other. Like knowing how to play map is all good, but then like having bad DM doesn't help you that much. Or like really good DM does help quite a lot, but then not knowing the map like also struggles your whole team.
What was the first team you ever joined?
Sixes or Highlander.
Either. The first competitive team you joined.
It's in a Finnish name, but it's like Ollainen Reissumies. It's like just a Finnish team name of a rye bread, which is sold here. But then like it was my friend Six's team, which he just asked me at first to roster ride in it, but then afterwards he just like asked me in the end if I would want to sub in that whole team. And then I started playing in there with like a bunch of Finnish friends who I still have like really close relations to them. Like we're still good friends to each other even though we don't really play together anymore.
Ah, cool. Why did you get into competitive? Anything particular? Do you feel like you really wanted to?
Well, I had like a bunch of friends who were interested in playing competitive. Then it's actually like struck into me like it's actually a thing in TF2 as well, so I could as well like try it on myself. Then I found it fun to actually play with friends like all the time, and then I just wanted to like spend time with friends. That's why I'm still here. I don't think I would play the game anymore if I didn't have like friends around who to play with. But then again, I've gotten so many friends by playing competitive that I don't know if I'm gonna ever leave. But then again, I'm not really sure about that either.
So you
just
say
gonna depends like what's gonna come in the future.
So would you say competitive is a relatively friendly environment? Like you'd actually make friends instead of just... Because some people perceive competitive as being very intense and people seem to get, obviously, very competitive. So obviously lots of people, sometimes that can cause disputes. So you'd say it's more of a friendly environment than a negative one?
Yeah, it's more of a friendly one. Like, I do often see like teams in TF2 Open or UGC Steel and Iron who actually start taking the game seriously, and if they don't win they just like stop playing altogether. What they should really instead do is just like gather from their own mistakes and just get better from that, and just like keep on playing if they all have fun. If they don't have fun, then they will just as well like do something else than like keep on playing together. But still hold like actual connections if they all like each other.
Why did you decide to like lead a team and set up a team and stuff?
Well, I don't know. I've had like a bunch of experience. Like, I do know that others do have more experience than I do at some degree. But then again, like, I kind of feel like I have some of the team leader like interest in myself. So I just want to like make sure that my whole team is like playing really well, even though I'm mostly playing as a flank class, so I can't really know for myself how's the whole combo doing and how's the whole team doing in general. But then again, it helps if you have like a co-leader who is playing in combo, so he knows that what is happening there as well. So you have like both flank and like combo covered, and you know like what's even happening in the, even if it was like sixes or Highlander, like both will help like actually knowing and having team leaders who know and what to even improve on, or like their areas in the team.
Just out of curiosity, who do you say is your co-leader then?
At the moment, yes, because TF2 Highlanders and off-season now. There's just been released like a Season 10 map test cup, which is Season 10 is about to come soon again. It's gonna be like the biggest Highlander season there's ever going to be, like at least in the short while.
So you're excited for that?
For myself, I'm not that much interested in Highlander anymore, like compared to what it was like when we started out with this team like a couple of years ago. Like in general, when we went to play in Wireplay, at least for the starters, when it was still League back in 2014, we went in there last season when in Div 2, and then we won there. But then after that, the team kind of crumbled since players started leaving. Then the team fell apart until we just regathered people again at the end of 2014. Then went on to UGC season 15 to get a good spot in Platinum. And then in the end, well, it didn't go. It went quite well, but not the best as we did, since we got only 4th place in Platinum then.
Okay, so obviously we got a little bit off topic here. Let's go back. What qualities do you think are needed for leaders to lead a group? What do you think qualities are needed?
Knowing how to play the game and like
That'd be nice.
Yeah, and just be really friendly to all the people you want to keep in their team, and actually like need to have the friendly people there if you want to have the friendly ones there. Or if you just want to have actually like good ones, but then have like a bad or toxic personality, then just need to actually decide, do you still want to keep them? Even if it's like crippling the whole team, because like the player is just like bad mouthing everyone and then still doing well. Like, should you want to keep him at all, or not?
So if you could go back to when you started the team, would there be any tips you'd give yourself? Like if there's anything you could inform yourself prior to when you started the team, to try and help yourself out.
Just start by gathering friends only like for the team at the first place. Then if you actually are missing out of players, like maybe 1 or 2 classes, then at that point just like start making recruitment posts. But first off, start with like only friends from Steam or wherever you have Skype or anything, pretty much.
Okay, that's good. That's good, because obviously my mate's looking at setting up a group for himself, so obviously he's going to. I'm going to definitely send him a link to that one. Make sure he watches this. Anyway, moving on to some more other, just general TF2 stuff. The new ranked system coming in. What do you think of it?
I think it's really good though, since like having people with TF2 or UGC tag on in pubs doesn't really interest people to go into sites, even though they will maybe kind of get interested in medals that people will have on in pubs, and then be like, I want to have a one like this too. But then in actual like competitive, they will know that the whole game mode exists, and they just want to go further on and actually try it.
So it's been much suggested that Gaben can actually count to 3. Do you think there'll ever be a TF3?
I think there will be, but not in the short future, like in the next 5 years at least.
The most overpowered weapon in TF2. What do you think is?
Kind of hard to say, like weapon in general, or like
all weapons.
But, well,
all the weapons.
Well, yeah, but well. Maybe not that badly overpowered, but in my opinion, it's like a really annoying and really a crutch, and it'll be Degreaser.
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 Interesting, interesting. Could you expand on that? Why you chose that?
After all the seasons that I've played Highlander, I honestly think like the normal flamethrower for Pyro is like the most balanced thing, but then the Degreaser is just like actually like a puff and sting weapon where you just like press mouse to maybe light him on fire, and then you just punch him against the wall and just finish him with the secondary. Like it's just a tool, it's not even a weapon.
Yeah. What's your favourite weapon of all the guns on TF2? Or weapons, mostly?
Do vanilla weapons count, or just have to get unlocked?
all weapons, all weapons.
Scattergun.
The original scattergun.
Yeah.
Care to expand? Why do you like it the best?
It's just perfect, it's so like amazing to always use. Like it doesn't have any problems at all. It's basically just like shotgun, but people always say that like it just like deals more damage at longer range. I don't know. It doesn't have any difference.
Okay, last question. What do you want most in TF2? If you could add one more thing to TF2, what would be the one thing you'd add to TF2?
More people to competitive. 6v6 in general. Like I just want 6v6 to become like an actual game mode in TF2. Like it is really hinted to be a one, but then like an actual competitive one.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that roundabout wraps this up. Thank you very much for taking your time to do this. Do you have a YouTube channel? Or do you not? No? Yes, maybe.
Yeah, I do have one, but
okay,
it doesn't...
if you send me a link to that, I'll put that in the description for the boys and girls who are watching this video who'd like to go check that out. Anyway, thank you very much for all that. More interviews on the way. If you guys have any questions for Bloodis here, I'm sure he will check those comments out and answer any questions you have. Thank you very much for watching this, and we'll catch you guys later for more interviews. Thank you very much, and that's that.